The Holden Trailblazer has been around since 2017. Before that, it was known as the Colorado 7, and that gives a hint as to what this thing actually is. It shares its underpinnings with the Colorado and has, wait for it, 7 seats. It's available in 2 variants, entry-level LT and top-spec LTZ. We're testing the top-spec LTZ today, and it lists from $52,490 plus on-road costs. And in this review, we'll tell you what it's like to drive, what the interior is like, and how big the boot is.
Trailblazer was a joint project between Holden and General Motors Brazil and was developed alongside the Colorado. Key changes in the move from Colorado 7 to Trailblazer include a new design, safety feature enhancements, and some engineering tweaks.
Under the bonnet here is a 2.8 litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine. It makes 147 kilowatts of power and 500 newton meters of torque. It's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, and fuel consumption is a claimed 8.6 litres per 100 kilometres. The Trailblazer's turbo diesel certainly has plenty of grunt. Whether you're driving around town, on the highway, or like we are today out in the bush, progress is easy and comfortable. 6-speed automatic is just okay. It's not terribly refined, and so under high or low speed throttle applications it can hunt around a little bit as it tries to find the right gear. It definitely prefers a steady throttle application. See, Holden's engineers have clearly tuned the thing to run to top gear as fast as possible and rest on the car's 500 newton meters of torque. Like the transmission, the Trailblazer's ride and handling is just okay. Clearly it's based on a commercial vehicle, and that shows sometimes, especially when you're driving around town where the ride can feel a little firm and bumpy. In fact, on this sort of hard-packed dirt road I'm driving on now, you can hear my voice is chattering a bit, and I'm only doing 25 k's an hour and the car's bucking and bouncing around. The ride is very firm. Now, it does get better when you're on the highway and you're doing about 80, 90, 100 k's an hour. It does smooth out. Certainly around town, the ride is not as plush or as comfortable as you might expect from a big 7-seat 4-wheel drive like this.
When heading off-road, you can switch to 4 high on the fly, but you need to remember to go back to 2-wheel drive when you get back to the bitumen. It's a basic part-time 4x4 system here, but the Trailblazer is not the only one in the segment like that. The Trailblazer is best used as a light-duty 4x4. Sure, it's got short front and rear overhangs, but there's not a lot of ground clearance and only a limited slip differential to help with traction. There's no rear differential lock available.
Now I've got the Trailblazer in 4 high, and I'm just about to negotiate a bit of a ditch here. It's going to be a cross-axle situation. I'm just going to ease in, see how we go. Probably here we are stuck and going nowhere. I managed to get out. I'm just going to go into neutral to select low range. There we go. It's kicked in. We'll try it again. Cross axle situation. Ease into the ditch, drop one wheel in. Feel it getting light. Noise grinding its way through. Now there's no rear diff lock available. Now it made it through, but it wasn't totally comfortable. Here on the inside, the LTZ is a mixed bag. You get leather seats, but you get hard, scratchy plastic for the dashboard and the switch gear. The driver's seat is power adjust, passenger seat is manual adjust only, and while there is height adjustment for the steering wheel, disappointingly, there's no adjustment for reach. In terms of storage, there's not a lot of space here in the front of the LTZ. You've got these 2 little cup holders down here. You've got a little bin at the top of the dashboard here, but it's a little too small to hold a smartphone comfortably. You've got a glove box over here. Again, it's a little on the compact side. Of course, you've got somewhere for your sunglasses up in the roof, and you've got a center console storage bin here. You've got door bins as well, and they are shaped to hold a bottle, but they don't hold a 500ml water bottle securely. So I've set this front seat up to suit myself, and as you can see, I've got plenty of footroom and plenty of leg room. Got pretty good headroom too. But it should be noted that the seat bases are quite short and quite low to the ground. So you do, despite that foot and leg room, end up traveling in this knees up position. The backrest folds down eventually to form an armrest with twin cup holders. There's a 12-volt outlet at the back of the center console, and there are air vents for both the second and third rows with fan controls on the roof. To get into the back of the Trailblazer, you tumble forward the second row seats, and it's a huge space, very easy for an adult to climb through the gap and get into the back seat. Annoyingly though, it's the 60 of the 60-40 split that folds forward on the curb side, so it's quite a large seat to tumble forwards. It would be better if it was this 40 side that tumbled forward over here. There is almost no room for an adult in the back here. I can't get my feet under the seat in front of me, so that's why I haven't pulled forward this section of the seat. I can't sit up straight either. I'm just too tall and my head bumps against the roof. For those kids though that have outgrown booster seats, I reckon there'd be plenty of room. The seats themselves are quite comfortable, and there's quite a bit of storage here. There's cup holders on both sides. There's a little storage bin on this curb side, and as I mentioned before, there are also air vents in the roof. Here in the back of the Trailblazer, with the second and third row seats folded down, you've got just over 1,000 litres of storage space. With just the third row folded down, you've got 554 litres of storage space, which is quite a decent sized boot. And with all three rows in use, this little section here measures about 205 litres. Now you'll notice there's a raised section here. That's because the cargo blind lives under here. Now that's a little annoying because it means loading and unloading is just a little tricky because you've got to raise things up an extra inch or two. Now the other gripe I have with this car is the curved tailgate. It's great for a 6-footer like me. I've got loads of room when I'm right here at the back of the car, but when I go to walk away, my head bangs into this trailing edge of the roof. Now I would have thought that for a large-ish four-wheel drive like this, that the tailgate would have lifted up just a little bit higher so that a 6-footer like me is not going to brain themselves every time they walk out from behind the car. The Holden Trailblazer may be one of the forgotten 7-seat 4x4s in the market, but it's actually got quite a lot going for it. It's got a strong engine, it can tow up to 3,000 kilos, it's big inside, it's comfortable, and it's very well kitted out for the money. So if you're looking for a family-oriented 4x4, why not give the Trailblazer a go?